Long ago, in an ancient land surrounded by mountains, valleys, and towering stone temples, there lived a group of young men whose hearts were filled with faith in one God. Their city was large, wealthy, and full of power, but also full of corruption.
The rulers demanded that every person bow to their idols, follow the traditions of their ancestors,
and obey their commands without question. Those who disobeyed were threatened, punished, or even killed. The young men, however, could not bring themselves to worship anything but the Creator. They saw their people lost in rituals that had no meaning, kings who acted like gods, and priests who enforced blind obedience. In their hearts, they felt a growing fire steam.
The fire of belief that there was only one true God, the Lord of all creation.
Their refusal to worship idols made them targets. The city was ruled by a powerful and ruthless king,
known for his cruelty and pride. He heard rumors of these young men who secretly believed in one God.
the king saw their belief as a direct threat to his rule, for he claimed divine authority over the people.
They knew that the punishment of disbelieving rulers was nothing compared to the eternal consequences of abandoning the truth.
Fearing for their lives, the young men gathered in a hidden place outside the city. If they stayed, they would be arrested. If they submitted, they would lose their souls. And seek refuge somewhere far from the king's reach. But leaving the city was not easy. There were guards at every gate, patrols on every road, and spies everywhere.
That night, when the sky was dark and the moon hid behind clouds, the young men quietly slipped through narrow alleys and deserted streets. Their footsteps were silent, their hearts pounding. Their faithful dog followed close behind, sensing the danger but also sensing the loyalty of its companions. Together, they approached the outer walls of the city. A crack in the old stone gave them just enough room to squeeze through and escape into the wilderness. Behind them, the city glowed with torchlight, completely unaware that a miracle was about to unfold. They walked for hours through rocky terrain, climbing small hills, crossing shallow streams, and moving deeper into the mountains.
Their clothes were simple, their belongings few, and their future uncertain. But their faith gave them strength.
As dawn approached, they found a mountain slope with a small, hidden cave.
The opening was narrow, but inside there was enough space for all of them to rest. The place was quiet, cool, and protected from the burning sun. It felt as if it had been waiting for them.
The young men entered the cave and prayed, "Our Lord, grant us mercy from yourself, and provide for us a way out of our difficulty." Their hearts were filled with both fear and hope. They were exhausted, physically and emotionally drained. After their prayer, they sat together, leaning against the rough stone. One by one, their eyes grew heavy,
And they fell into a deep, peaceful sleep, unaware that they were stepping into a miracle beyond human comprehension.
Outside the cave, the world continued its rhythm. The sun rose and set, seasons changed, empires rose and collapsed, and generations of people came and went. But inside the cave, the young men slept as though time had stopped. Their breathing remained calm, their bodies preserved, their faces peaceful. Their dog lay at the entrance, as if guarding them even in sleep, its paws stretched out as a sentinel. The sun never fully shone into the cave,
and the wind never disturbed their rest. It was as if the cave was wrapped in a divine protection.
Untouched by the passage of centuries. 300 years passed, and then 9 more.
Kings died, cities were rebuilt, languages evolved, and people forgot the old stories.
The city they had fled became part of a new kingdom. The rulers had changed, and with them,
the beliefs of the people had shifted. The once idol-worshipping population had transitioned into a community that believed in one God.
What had been forbidden before was now accepted. What had been dangerous was now celebrated.
The world outside the cave had transformed completely.
After centuries of silence, the miracle reached its next chapter. Inside the cave, the young men began to stir.
Their fingers twitched, their eyes slowly opened, and their breaths deepened.
They felt as if they had only slept for one night, or perhaps part of the day. They had no idea that 3 centuries had passed. They spoke to each other as if nothing extraordinary had happened. Their clothes were still intact, their bodies unchanged. The cave looked exactly the same. One of them volunteered to go back to the city to buy food. He was cautious, fearing that the guards,
or spies of the old king, might still be searching for them. He took a few silver coins and walked down the mountain path.
The buildings were new. The people wore unfamiliar clothing. The market stalls were arranged in ways he did not recognize.
And something else confused him, Hab. There were no statues of idols anywhere. He approached a baker and offered a silver coin
in exchange for bread. The baker took the coin, examined it, and looked at him in disbelief. The coin was centuries old, no longer in circulation. The young man, thinking he had been exposed, feared he would be arrested. But instead, the crowd gathered around him with curiosity. They asked where he found such an ancient coin. They asked who he was.
I don't know how we got here. We woke up and the city was different. The idols.
The people escorted him to the new ruler, a kind leader who believed in one God. After questioning him gently,
they realized he was not lying. They realized he was one of the youths who had disappeared more than 300 years earlier.
Sing.
A sign of the resurrection, proof that God has power over time, life, and death. Word spread quickly throughout the land.
Listen to me. The tomb is empty. He has risen. It is true. He is alive.
With crowds of people following behind him. When he reached the cave, he told them everything. The city was different. The world had changed, and the people now believed what they once had been persecuted for. The youths were overwhelmed with emotion. They understood that their awakening was not a coincidence. It was a divine sign meant to inspire faith in future generations.
They prayed once more, thanking God for his protection and wisdom. The people outside waited, hoping to meet the miraculous sleepers. But when they entered the cave, they found that the youths had peacefully passed away, returning to their Lord.
Their mission was complete. Their lives had become a message carried across centuries.
a message carved into the hearts of believers, a message that time itself cannot erase. The cave became a place of remembrance. The people built a structure near it to honor the miracle.
Scholars documented the event, and stories spread across regions and continents. Some called them the Seven Sleepers.
Some called them the Youths of the Cave. But regardless of the name, the message remained the same. Faith, patience,
and trust in God can overcome any force, any ruler, and even the passage of centuries.
Their story remains one of the greatest miracles in history. It teaches that time is nothing before God.
Please guide me through this darkness. Thank you for being here with me. I feel your presence. Their escape from oppression, their sleep in the cave, and their awakening centuries later stand as a testament to the power of faith.
These ancient sites, scattered across the globe, continue to inspire pilgrims seeking the miraculous.
Some argue about which location is real, but the truth is known only to God.
What matters is the message path. A message that outlived empires, survived through ages,
and continues to echo in the hearts of all who hear it. The story of Ashab-e-Kahf is not simply a tale of the past. It is a reminder that when humans reach their limits, divine help begins. When the world becomes dark, God creates a path. When believers face persecution, God prepares miracles beyond imagination. Their courage, their faith, and their unwavering devotion show us that those who trust in God are never abandoned.
And so, centuries later, the cave remains silent, but the miracle lives on. The winds still whisper across the stones where they slept, and every generation retells
heart to heart, carrying with it a lesson as timeless as the miracle itself, that faith can outlast time,